Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to our playthrough of Dungeon Degenerates, The Hand of Doom. I believe this is going to be episode number 5, I think, maybe 6. I'm losing track. I typically do. And we're about to continue our adventures of Skag, the nasty lady bloodsport brawler, our hinterlander Bjorn, and our void witch Glinda, who is trying. What we're trying to do, if you recall, or if you don't recall, we're trying to get the head of the soothsayer back to his other soothsayer wizard friends at the Stone Circle. We chose to betray the jailer who freed us in getting this to Pigskin Port to his cousin. But when we found the head and dug it up, it whispered to us and it told us it really wanted to get back to its people. So we're trying to get there. Hasn't been the easiest of journeys. We've had a couple of really nasty fights, leaving Skag in not great condition with currently 9 health out of 18 left, or 9 wounds rather out of 18 health, and a couple of wounds on our hinterlander Bjorn and our void witch because she's got this cool sacrificial dagger that sucks back life. Is fine, but we're going to continue on because I'm debating now. So the other problem is that Glinda is fatigued, and she goes, "I cannot go any further, gentlemen. I must stay here and rest." Or we can not travel. We cannot force march. So I can travel. What I can do is get. Now we're going to get right to the gameplay. I'm not going to mess around. I already gave you some backstory. I could travel the road here on a cautious pace and just go there, have an encounter, or I can rest and maybe heal up our hinterlander. Bjorn and Skag, and remove the fatigue from the void witch, and then do a force march next turn. But either way, we're going to be here another turn with this. It's 5, so we are very likely to have an encounter, which means more damage, more whatever. But at least maybe we can heal ourselves. I'm really tempted to do that, guys. It would make our trip a little longer, which is okay, but it'd make it a little safer. And I'm looking at this going, well, if we can take a cautious stance and recover, because we're not going to do anything but recover. We're just going to rest. We're not going to explore. There's no point. We're not going to improve because we already have, and nobody has. The only person that has enough experience, well, we could say the Bloodsport Brawler has enough, but improve also doesn't require a bold stance. That's what I'm looking at here. So once again, when we take our map action to travel, we have to pick a bold or a cautious stance. Rest does not require a bold stance, so we can do that with a cautious stance, make camp, and the area we're in, it would be a camp because we're in an outdoor area. Then we can recover and improve. We can do both. Recovering is a mandatory thing. We always do that when we rest. We will make a morale check, and we can improve and learn some things with our experience. What I could do is, and I think this might be really useful, is take the foe killer ability of Skag and master it. But at the cost of 8 experience points. I have 10 right now, so I could master it. That might be worth doing. Bjorn really doesn't benefit from this at all, except for to heal a few points of damage if possible, because we get to heal our morale and hit points, or our con. I'm not sure which. I have to look again, but we would heal that. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's take this turn. We're going to start with our map action, and we are going to go in a cautious stance, meaning we're huddling down. We're going to hunker down. Because I also have the ability to stealth out of a situation if it permits. So if it's a 4, I can actually stealth out. We won't have to have an encounter, right? If the encounter is a 4. We'll see. We'll see. Odds are we're going to have an encounter. But we go into cautious stance and we take our map action to rest at the black tree. So during that rest action, we're going to make some morale checks. Now, just to give you the morale for Skag is 8, so she just has to roll an 8 or less to succeed. And wow, that's close. She rolled a 7, so she succeeds. We're going to get to heal her back. So our recovery is equal to half our morale. So that means that Skag has 9 wounds on her right now, or 8 wounds rather, which means she will get to go down. Her morale's 8, so go down to 4 wounds. That's not terrible. And then we're going to roll for our hinterlander as well. That is Bjorn. Morale's only a 6, but I'm not that concerned about him. Well, he rolled it anyway, so that means he has no wounds left on him. He healed completely, so he's in good shape because he had 2 wounds on him. And then last but not least, we have Glenda. Her morale is also a 6, and I do want to get rid of that fatigue. Look at that, she did. She is no longer fatigued, meaning we can force march next round. That is good. Oh, I feel much better, thank you. So that is Glenda. She is in better shape now. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to, it's not called train. Let me just get you the right, we call it correctly. It is called, to improve. We're going to improve. We're going to expend our experience to learn a new skill, right? But we're not going to learn a new skill. We're going to master the one we have. Just like Bjorn mastered his skill to become a master fieldcrafter, which allows us to not have to roll stealth. We automatically succeed, which is good. We're going to spend all but 2 experience points. We're going to go down to 2, and that is going to mean that Skag is going to master Foe Killer, which means that your melee attacks against targets with XP value of 2 or more inflict +1 damage and ignore 1 point of armor. That is really valuable to us because we run into this scenario several times where that would have had an impact. But that is the end of our map action phase. So let's continue on. We're going to get out our danger deck and we're going to see what terrible things befall us now. Here is our danger deck. Bjorn is out scouting the area around there, making sure that we're as safe as possibly can be. What do we get? We're going to have an encounter. Bandits and their unnatural allies continuously battle for control of the watchtower. The watchtower is yellow. That means it's up north. I found it, and it's going to increase from a 3 to a 4. That's the watchtower right here. So we're still okay there, but if you look at this, we are going to have an encounter, a law encounter. We are not in a space where that's going to be helpful. So I don't think we have that encounter. Let me check. Well, sadly, we are going to have an encounter because this still is less than the encounter value of the area, the danger value of the area. So we're going to have an actual encounter, and this is going to be in the lowlands, and then we're going to face 3 monsters. That is not terrible. We haven't seen these before. This is a wetlands encounter. The wetlands encounters are going to be some adventure we have. Now, unless it says act on it immediately, we have to fight our monsters first. Luckily, we're only fighting 3, which is unusual for us. We've been usually outnumbered and outgunned, but we've managed to come through. So what do we get? Foul weather, encounter environment, resolve immediately. So as I was saying, this one will get resolved right now, and it says, the gloomy clouds above release an endless downpour and pummeling gusts of wind make travel by boat impossible. That's fine, we don't need to travel by boat. This card affects each adventurer in the wetlands. When you attack with a weapon that uses ammo this turn, oh, that would affect, you got it. Well, it doesn't, it says use arrows, not ammo. You miss if you roll doubles on your attack roll. During the next map action phase, adventurers cannot lake or river port travel to or from any space in the wetlands. So this really isn't that impactful. I do think there is a such thing as ammo as opposed to arrows, so I don't think that's going to affect us. I'm going to keep it off to the side of the board so I can remember that it exists. But that was it. So now so this downpour comes, and in the middle of the downpour, we have to face some monsters. So I'm going to cut the deck once, and we'll see what we get. Let's see what our first critter is. It is a Scroglin soldier, some kind of toad dude, right? He's only worth 1 experience points, but he is worth 2 gold. He's going to go after the person with the highest strength, which is, of course, our Bloodsport Brawler Skag. Got 1 armor and 4 health. Now, his new ability of Foe Killer will not have an effect on that armor because this creature is not 2 experience points or greater. And it has an attack of 4. So we're going to put that one in front of Skag. Okay, next up, what do we got? We got a Harpy, a Filthy Witch. Filth Witch. It's got Evade and Pursue in the wilderness. We're going to see what that does. I don't think it's going to matter because we're going to slaughter these guys. It's worth 1 experience and 1 gold, and you can see that it has attack value of 4 and a health of 5 with 0 armor. It's going to go to the person with the highest agility. I don't think we get to choose on this one. So it is going to attack Glenda. Why do I want it to attack Glenda? Because Glenda heals quite well when fighting against other things, and if Skag gets another nasty monster against her, Bjorn can help out. And our third and final monster is going to be a Scuttler, Filthy Vermin. Oh wait, don't I have something against vermin? Yes, our Hinterlander does. I don't think he's going to use it because this guy is not that tough. Again, its agility is the high one. It's got 2 armor, wow, and 4 hits, so it's actually pretty reasonably tough. And it's got an experience value of 1 and 1. 1 experience, 1 gold. And it's a vermin. Now, I think, before I place this, I want to take a look at something. We have this chicken feed. What does it do exactly? Quick action, goblin and vermin with XP value of 1 or less. Okay, so that would be the harpy. In your space, cannot attack until your next turn, then discard this card. Well, I can throw down the chicken feed and keep the harpy from attacking. Nah. Oh, we already placed the harpy. I'm talking about the scuttler. I think what we'll do is we'll give the scuttler over to Skag, because Skag can take it. And that doesn't mean that Skag has to kill them both. It just means that Skag will have 2 creatures. Bjorn will be in support, and Glenda will kill the harpy. Okay, well, let's get to the fight then. We're going to get right to it right now. We are in our encounter phase. That was the end of the danger phase, where we resolved our card. Now we go to the encounter phase and we do our battle encounter. Well, we started already by encountering the foul weather. That was actually the first part. Now we're going to fight the monsters. I think first we will start with Glenda. So, oh wait, stances. So we're going to go assault with Glenda, we're going to go assault with Bjorn, and we're going to go guard with Skag, like we've been doing. It's actually proven to be pretty effective. That means when it was, and if you don't know what that means, well, you'll see when we roll the dice. So we are going in assault mode, which means our power die can be used in our attack. That's much better to go. Now we do have to try and kill that harpy as much as we can, because it does have some abilities that will take effect at the end of its turn. We'll check those out if we fail to kill it. We probably won't kill it. So let's see what we get. Well, maybe we will kill it. There's a 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not good. That means we missed our attack, right? But we did get our... because our attack is with the sacrificial daggers against agility. So I might roll this 3 and see if we can get a 2. Now, I can't replace the power die with the die rolled. That's only for damage. I'm going to just double check that, but I'm pretty sure if we use it as an attack roll and we fail. What do we have if we fail? You miss, no effect. Okay. Inflict damage equal to the target's highest single attack or power die, but we have to pass first. So, to use the power die. So we haven't passed. We're 1 off. I could burn a luck to re-roll that 3. I don't want to re-roll the 6 because we could kill it. I think this is worth doing because we're pretty close to our objective, guys. So she has 3 luck right now. She's going to burn it, go down to 2. We're going to re-roll this. It's worth a shot. 50-50 chance. And we rolled a 1. Awesome! So she actually succeeded in both rolls. This is a 7. Her agility is an 8. So we are going to avoid the 4 points of attack from the harpy because we succeeded, and we get to use our highest die. So it's a 4, right? So the 4 blocks the 4. We don't have to use the power die, remember. So we did block it. Now, if this was like this, just for example, we would take 1 point of damage. But it wasn't. We had a 4, so we're good. We didn't take damage. Done. Okay, 7. We succeeded by spending a luck and doing a whatever it is, heroic effort. Okay, so we killed the harpy in 1 shot. That is awesome because we did 6 points of damage. That's why I didn't want to re-roll a 6 because we needed to do 5. So this evade and pursue will not happen. I'm going to look at evade just to make sure it doesn't affect us in this scenario. It shouldn't, but I'm going to double check because it's a standard ability, not a... When you attack this monster with a melee attack, if the attack result is a double, which it wasn't, your attack misses regardless. Well, I'm glad I read that, but we didn't roll doubles, so I don't have to worry about that. We succeeded in killing the harpy in 1 shot. Good job, Glenda. Oh, she's so happy about her killing the harpy. All right, next up, I think we're going to go to Bjorn. I'm tempted to hold on to the chicken feed against the scuttler. It'll just prevent him from attacking this turn, but he's going to attack Skag, and Skag, she's ready, man. She's in defensive position with her big gauntlet. She's ready to go. So I think we're going to leave it alone. All right. So, but Bjorn is going to shoot the Skogling soldier. That one's easier to kill, I think. So we're going to do that because it only has 1 armor. So we're going to have 2 attack dice and our power die because he's in assault stance, and since he's not in direct conflict with them, he does not have to roll defense. He's not being attacked by them. Let's see what he can do here. Well, he hit. Good news is he hit. Okay, so that's going to be a 5 5 out of an agility. Remember, his bow requires agility. His agility is 8. And our highest number is a 4. But remember, he's got one armor, so he's got 1 hit point left. Did not kill him. Good try, Bjorn. Good try. But that's going to end that. So let's move on to Skag. Skag is going to assault the Scutter. Now, or the Scuttler, rather. We're going to leave the soldier because they attack simultaneously. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I weaken them both, we can take them down next turn. As long as I defend, we'll be okay. That pain is going to come into effect. The Horde Fishoid doesn't really play into this because if there were other Fishoids in the combat, then it would have an effect, but there aren't. So what do we get? Well, we did hit with a 5. Or, yeah, 5. So we needed to roll an 8 or less because Skag's Gauntlet, when in guard mode, attacks with agility. So, agility of 8. We're good. Now, and we defended. Defended in a big way. That was really awesome because we get to apply that 6 to both of those. We succeeded. Again, a defense is always agility. Agility is 8, so that's a 7. We pass. This blocks all 4 points there and all 4 points there. We're good. We take no damage from the attack. So the pain does not have an impact. Now, here's the other thing. We're not going to do a lot of damage because the best I can do is 3, right? So we're going to do 1 point of damage to the Scutter, which means we have 3 points left on that one. But we didn't take any damage this turn. That was actually really good. I'm going to double check pain. I don't think it applies because it didn't do any damage, but we're going to look. Pain, when you receive 1 or more wounds. Okay, we have to make a contest. If we fail, we become stunned. But we didn't have to worry about that. And now we're going to go back around to another round of combat. Might as well start with Glenda. We'll see if we can kill... No, let's start with Bjorn. He's the one that's been traditionally getting the least monsters. So, Bjorn is going to attack the Skoglund soldier again. Remember, he only has to... He doesn't have to defend. He's shooting it with a bow while it's trying to assault the... Oh, we're keeping our stance. Assault, assault, and caution, and guard. So we'll do that, and then we roll. Look at that. That is a 10 as a miss. I don't think it's worth spending any points on that. I think we're just going to miss. Yep, we're going to miss. And then Glenda will come in then and say... And get on Bjorn. Bjorn, your bow is not very good. I'm going to kill the Skoglund soldier. So she's going to attack with her sacrificial dagger. Let's see what she can do. She actually hits because she has an agility of 8. Now, damage-wise, she can do 5. It only has 1 left. It's dead. So she killed 2 monsters. Wow, she's doing really good. And then last but not least, we have our Brawler. Now, he is defending against the Scuttler, so we're going to add 2 defense dice. Remember, he's in guard mode, so he's not likely to kill it. But let's see what we get. Oh, that's a big miss on the defense. But because we were in defensive mode, even though we missed, we still get to use our defense die to block 1 attack from a monster. Well, the good news is, attack's only 4. So our power die still block that. Now, you're saying, Doug, why do you know that? Well, because... it tells me right here. See where it says defense roll. If you are on guard and you fail, use each power die you rolled to reduce damage from a monster targeting you. Assign each die to a different monster. Well, we only have 1 monster and we only have 1 power die. So we actually managed to block that. Now on the attack, we did okay. We hit with a 6. Remember, we need an 8 or less. And our die is 4. Now, it's got 3 left. We didn't kill it again, but we did drop it down to 1 point because it's got 2 armor, and we had 3 hit. It had 3 hits. It's got 2 armor. We did 2 points after the attack. Boosh. Okay. Now it did not do any damage to Skag because we were able to block it all anyway, and we're going to go back around to another attack. I'm going to give Bjorn a chance again to kill something because he hasn't done so yet. See if he can get this creature with his bow. Well, 9 is a miss, so he's not shooting well with his bow. He's getting really frustrated. He's hangy bangy hangy. My bow's not working. What am I doing? Okay, so he's not getting it. He had too much to drink around the campfire. Whatever. He's not getting it because his agility is only 8. All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot. He was fatigued as well, force march, but he made his morale roll during the phase, so he's not fatigued any longer either. Sorry to interject that, not related. Okay, that's it for him. So I think we'll have then Skag go next so someone else can get some experience other than Glenda. Skag is again in defensive mode with this. Well, yeah, I already picked it, so we'll leave it alone. Oh, and then I can't roll 2 of these, so let's re-roll the power die. Okay, 2. All right, well, sorry. I did have that. We're going to re-roll this whole thing. I had all the wrong dice out. That's what I needed right there. We're going to re-roll it because I hit 2, which sucks. All right, well, look at that. That was not good. Well, I don't think we killed it, did we? No, because it's going to bounce off the armor. Not a good turn. I guess Glenda is going to be the one to kill it because we also failed. Oh, this is for 2. So we took 2. We're going to take 2 points of damage and be stunned. That's not good. So I'm going to put... Skag is now up to 6 points of damage again and is stunned. Let me find a stunned token. Now, why is that happening? Because of the pain ability that the Scuttler has. So no power dice next round. But we're okay. That just lasts the fight round. Only 1 round. We're okay there. It doesn't really impact us long term. All right, and we missed. We took 2 points of damage. That's it for him. He did hit, but he didn't do enough to get through the armor. Got 1 hit point left. And I guess it's up to Glenda. Glenda's just going to be the hero of the day. So we're going to get the attack dice and the power die. She is attacking it with their knife. She did hit, and she's going to do just enough to kill it. Well, actually do 2 points to it. So she did kill it. She managed to kill all 3 of the monsters. That is crazy. But we succeeded. Okay. Let us go to the... Let's wrap up this fight now. We're going to look at what we did there. Glenda got all the experience, which isn't bad. We can get her some stuff, I guess. She's got 1, 2, 3 experience points and 1, 2, 3, 4 gold. So her gold is going to go up to 9, and her experience points is going to go up to 10. So she's got 10 experience points. Now, because we got 4 experience points, she gets to make a roll for an item. If she gets 4 or less, then she will loot the item. She did not. We've had really bad luck at looting. She did not get anything from that. That's going to be the end of the combat completely. Now, because we succeeded in defeating monsters in this area, the other thing that happens is the danger level of the area goes down. Okay. Now, that is going to mark the end of our actual turn. Now, that wasn't that long of a turn, but I really want to get us to our objective and see what happens, right? So we're going to move into a bold stance for our map action phase. What that means is we take our token and we flip it over, and since we're all in the same party, we all have to take the same stance, which means we're going to force march up to the stone circle. Badoosh. Okay, we got there. We force march from the tree after that battle up to the stone circle with the head. Let's see what happens next. So upon our arrival, it doesn't say when you do this. It just says if you return him to the stone circle. If you deliver the soothsayer's head to the village elders or at Gutfish Ford, keep the head. If you can use the soothsayer's head, which we did, you may deliver him to his hometown at the stone circle. If you do, discard the soothsayer's head, and each adventurer in the party gains D3 experience as the soothsayer blesses you with knowledge in thanks for your good deed. So we arrive there at clue number 3 during our map phase and resolve it. So the stone circle reads, the soothsayer thanks you for your efforts and whispers secrets about a wondrous palace temple hidden deep in the mountains of the mouth. Do you dare follow the dubious directions of this delirious dead man? I said that in one go. Continue on to visions at the peak, or choose to ignore the rotting fool, establish a base here in the swamp. Well, we have a choice to make if we want to continue this adventure, but that does, in fact, except for our experience rolls, we'll roll that and see what we get. We'll roll a D3, so first for Skag. What does Skag get? Skag gets 3 experience points. That is awesome, because Skag had used them, so Skag is now at 5. Bjorn gets, wow, 3 experience points. That is fantastic for Bjorn. Bjorn is now at 5 as well. And then last but not least, we have Glenda. And Glenda gets 1 experience point, which is, okay, because she got most of the other experience. She's really doing better than everybody else. So that gives her 11 experience. Now, we have a choice. That's the end of this scenario. We completed it. We delivered the soothsayer's head. And as you can see, we have branching missions. So we could continue this mission, or we could stop here and say we did the playthrough, which we did do, but I think we're going to stop here for now. And guys, I want to know, do you want to continue? It'll spoil the heck out of the story, or do you like this game enough you want to go pick it up for yourself and see where this story path takes you? I'm fine kind of either way, even though I got some other things I got to get to the table. I could go either direction on this. I really did enjoy this. This game is fun. It's fun. The combat is exciting enough, not too complicated, moves quickly. The battles are a little slow, but they're engaging. And the gameplay itself and the storyline is really cool. And I like the artwork in the world. So anyway, this might be... I'm going to do one more video on this for sure, just to either wrap it up and talk about it or move to the next mission. We'll see. But let me know your thoughts on this and what you think of the game and whether or not it would be worth continuing for now. I really don't want to spoil it for a bunch of people. Maybe I would come back to this later and spoil it after it's been out much longer. But certainly was enjoyable, and we'd never had the Hand of Doom come out. So I will talk to you in the next episode, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions, and do not forget my giveaway. It is happening right now. Just go back to my last channel update, and you can participate if you're a subscriber and or a patron. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.